Yep. Let me clean off this camera lens here. All right. Everybody can see my beautiful face. What? What are you, dude? What are you talking about? I'm just making sure people can see me. Why? What are you doing? I'm live on Instagram already. What? Why now? I wanted to get started on this early. What is up, everyone? It's me, Mark the Monster. This is the Don't Say the F Word podcast. I'm the leader of the Puppet World Order. That's right, PWO taking over. Hey man, you wanna pick this camera up and kind of move this thing? I cleaned off the lens. Looked like you got peanut butter on it somehow. Okay, first of all, I did not get peanut butter on anything. Give me that. Yeah. All right. So yeah. I mean, it's clean now. Look. I'm in high def. I don't think that's high def. I don't think that's what that is. I also don't know why getting things started so early. You didn't even put your... Alright, got my special light on. Yeah, I mean, you're real... Yeah, you're in the spotlight now. As I should be. I am the star of the show. That's right, it's today's Wednesday. What are you guys going to talk about? What? What's the topics for the day? What do you mean, what's the topic? Like, this is supposed to be your whole deal. Like, you're supposed to do the intro. You're supposed to cover the sponsors. Yeah, this is... You started this early. Like, you did that. Like, you created this problem for yourself, man. Go ahead, let the people know what's on the agenda. All right, fine. I can read the script, you know. Yeah, I can read. Are you saying I can't? I can read. Yeah, but you can't comprehend, so... Anyway, yeah, we're going to recap WWE Monday Night Raw. Hey, did you watch NXT? Nope. No idea what happened on NXT. Guess we're going to see if Joe watched NXT. We're going to talk about Seth Rollins and CM Punk's heated brawl on Raw. They had a brawl on Raw. Yeah, see, that rhymed. Yeah, I get it. That rhymed. Great job. Rhea Ripley has been added to the women's world title match. I'm sure you don't care, right? I don't know what I could care less about than Rhea Ripley being added to that match. Doesn't matter to me. All right, then, we know when he's going to go get a snack. We also, Jey Uso had a very emotional promo on Raw opposite Gunther. What's what we're going to call that? We're going to call that an emotional promo? Oh, geez, here he goes. Listen, I'm not saying it was a bad promo. I'm saying it was a promo that did not make sense. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Try to get Joe going. Yeah, but why, what's your issue with the Jey Uso promo? We'll get into that more whenever Joe gets here. It's not that... Look, man, I'm not saying it was a bad promo or anything. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, considering the events of last week, I would have thought there would have been more this week than what we got. All right, then, I guess he doesn't like main event Jey Uso. I didn't say I didn't like main event Jey Uso. You're saying things that aren't true. All right, we're going to preview AEW Dynamite, and holy crap, they're going to have to follow one heck of a pay-per-view that had all kinds of twists and turns. And, yeah, we're going to see how they follow that up. What we got advertised, Swerve Strickland versus Pac. Why is that guy always wet? I don't have any idea why Pac is always wet. It's a mystery. It's impossible to solve. He's also always wearing his ring gear. I don't think he has street clothes. I agree with you. I also do not believe Pac has any street clothes at all. Which is super weird that Pac does not own street clothes. That's right, Panther, we are back. Thank you for getting us the AEW graphics earlier. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Everyone knows Jeremy's not gonna bother to get that done. Okay, dude, why are you doing this to me? Also, AEW Dynamite tonight. Kris Statlander versus Thunder Rosa. You getting a snack then too? I might even be asleep by the time that happens. I don't know. It also got Samoa Joe and Hook versus Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. yeah. The Samoa Joe and Hook thing, I mean, that kind of has to lead to Samoa Joe turning on Hook, I would think, right? I can't help but to assume that. Why would Samoa Joe turn on Hook? I don't know. It just seems like something Samoa Joe would do, man. I don't really have a great reason as to why I think that, but we're going to cover the fallout from AEW Dynasty. We're going to talk about WrestleMania 41 because WrestleMania 41 is like 10 days away. Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? It doesn't feel like WrestleMania season. It doesn't feel like we're on the road to WrestleMania, in my opinion. I mean, we've had tons of stuff with Cena. We got a good build toward Jey Uso and Gunther now. I mean, yes, it's better. Yeah, we got Wet Pack in action. Panther Live on Instagram. And you're at, hey man, AEW's in a good spot. They have good momentum, which is, I think they've been doing consistently good work for a while. There you go, Mark. Mark didn't get to the sponsors. Original Gunplug Garage, Real Combat Wrestling, Alt Wrestling Tees. Who else? Tons of other people. I don't know. It's in the original post. Got lots of people to thank for showing their support. Oh, we're gonna move that right there. Oh, there we go. Man, I feel like AEW's been on a good roll. They've had great momentum. I feel like they've been putting together good weekly shows. The pay-per-views have been fantastic. I'm even willing to say that the main event scene in AEW no longer feels stale. Which I think is darn good. Darn good. I think that I think Swerve being involved in the main event, I think that brought some more life into Mox, and then you throw in the Young Bucks, that leads to some curiosity. I think it's with the Young Bucks, it leads to a lot of questions. Like, was everything always going to be the Bucks? We talked about that on Sunday, that it was just everything kind of points to it's always been the Bucks. I feel like they kind of always been the ones. It's been them behind the whole Death Riders thing. It's been them behind Moxley taking over. It's been them behind Mox hiding the title. You gotta think, whenever they stormed off, they were shredding papers. They did the picture with Shane McMahon, making us think that it was going to be Shane. They did all those things. Oh, look at that. So I think the Bucks being factored into everything.
Grateful lot. Where you been?
I never got the notification that you went online, so I was like, I'll just sit here waiting.
Joe thought I was late, and he's the one being late. Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
Yeah, I was just sitting back here just like,
You thought your prediction of me being 15 minutes late was spot on?
Yeah, I did.
That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit, Joe.
Yeah, I was like, I was waiting. I was like, it ain't popped up. You went on live yet? So I'm like, okay, let's just wait a few more minutes.
Joe, let me ask you before we even get into anything.
Anything. Okay.
Are you more excited for WrestleMania now that it's 10 days away than you were before Monday Night Raw?
I would say I'm more excited about the Tiffany and Charlotte match.
So that's still left over from SmackDown.
Yeah.
Nothing on Raw made you more excited for Mania?
Well, besides that Braun Breaker spear, you can't beat that now.
No one else should do the spear ever again.
Yeah,
that's it. That's his move.
Yeah, I don't think nobody can.
You can't have him doing his spear on Raw and then have Jey Uso doing his on Raw at the same time.
I think there's two different spears here.
Yeah, there are. There's a good one and a bad one.
I'm going to say, like, let's put it this way. Jey got your normal spear. I would say Braun got that little rhino mixed with the... Who had a better spear? Rhino mixed with little... Monty Brown with the pump with the speed agility.
No one has a spear like Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
It's the most devastating spear. It's the only one that's a believable finishing move now. Because everyone else's looks weak.
Yeah.
It looks pathetic compared to Braun Breaker.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this.
Take it away from everybody. Give it to Braun. It's his move. Braun Breaker is king of the spear.
And the way that camera angle got it, damn, that was perfect. I'm just saying that camera coming from the back, that was just perfect. But as for
He's
WrestleMania,
so fast. He's so fast.
I would feel bad for somebody trying to rob him and trying to take his money from him, and then they start running away. That's why I feel bad for it. He run away, he'd probably be down the block. He'd be there in like 10 seconds. Shoot, yeah. But as for WrestleMania, I would say so far, the SmackDown got a better WrestleMania than Raw. And in general, I would say I'm good. I'm always happy for WrestleMania, but I'm not like excited this year for WrestleMania. If that makes sense.
It doesn't really feel like WrestleMania season, right? Like it doesn't. But I will say, the video package for Cody Rhodes versus John Cena was really good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was very good.
But
not the best one ever, but it's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say I'm happy every year, happy for WrestleMania. But this year, just not like, I want to watch it. Like, it's like I want to watch it, but not like watch it like, for like a thrill, excitement that's like the past 2 years been. But this year, just like, I'm still going to watch it no matter what. I'm still going to watch it, just not excited.
Yeah,
maybe.
I have full plans to watch it live. It should be available to do so. I don't know. Are you going to go do a live podcast at the House of Doom with Sarks?
Oh, when is that?
I think he's doing stuff Saturday night. I think he's doing stuff on the 19th. So I take a trip out to like Cleveland Heights.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to do that. I'm not.
You know what? Oh, come on.
I'm going to Cleveland Heights. And I work. I got to work on the 19th, too. I got to work right after Mania. So I work till 8.
Oh, well, never mind there. Okay.
You're down. You can go.
I might go.
So, like, a lot happened on Raw and a lot didn't happen on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure out, did that crowd suck, or was it just a bad arena and the crowd sounded really quiet? Like, we had a major brawl between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, and the crowd barely responded.
It did a little. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't
It,
as excited as I would have expected.
I think they were more excited to see Seth if he was to do the stomp on Paul Heyman. That would have
So
been more.
with all that, man, do you think Heyman joins Seth by the end of WrestleMania?
Nah,
It's the most intriguing option.
I say this: if it's possible, if it goes right, I would think it'd be better if Heyman turned on Roman and went with Punk than Seth being with Punk. I mean Heyman, because Seth and Heyman don't really make sense. Even though people won't believe it's going to go somewhere, but I would say it'd be better.
I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just saying it'd be great TV.
But what would be even greater is at WrestleMania, we'll just say Roman spears Heyman because he got in the ring for some odd reason. And then that starts a feud between him and CM Punk going into SummerSlam.
All
Because
right.
he wants to avenge his friend for doing the favor for him.
Man, let's talk about Jey Uso.
That sucked.
You think his promo sucked?
It sucked. It was just, it was kind of boring. The walking down the ring, looking all mean, bad, and tough. Okay, I get that, but the promo itself, it just
There was so much they did that was good.
it was good.
Having Jey in black instead of bright colors, that was good.
That was good.
Having Jey not yeet, that was also very good.
Mm-hmm.
But
talking about my mama over there, want to know what happened to my brother. I had to apologize to my family. No.
So a lot of what he said just plain didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like Jey Uso does a very good emotional promo, and the issue I think is that they didn't want to do two all-out slobber knockers, if you will, on the same program. So they shouldn't have had Seth and Punk do it. They should have let Jey and Gunther do it, because Jey and Gunther is personal now.
It's personal, yeah.
Jey never should have cut a promo. He should have just gone after Gunther. The emotional promo could have happened next Monday. It could have been, why did I do that? Like, he should have tried to get revenge. The fact that he didn't try to get revenge, to me, is a problem. I think that like, I don't know, I feel like it just like leaves. It made the whole thing not make sense. If someone zip tied you to the ropes and beat me up in front of you, next time you seen them, would you talk to them, or would you whoop that ass? You better say you'd whoop that ass.
I got this. I got this. What I would just do some type of promo, emotional promo to him. Like, you beat up my best friend. You have me stand there with a zip tie rope. I'll just look at my fist, and then boom, use my foot, low blow him. Then go outside the ring, start getting steel chair, and like pow. Maybe a kendo stick. A kendo stick might work too, but the chair might be better. Can't do the chair coat. That's
something physical should have happened there. Not. Jey came out looking like a badass
Mm-hmm.
and then left looking like a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's a problem if I'm supposed to believe he's going to be the world champ.
And that's the problem why I said it was good seeing him come out, not interacting with the fans. It's going straight to the ring slowly.
They have one more episode of Raw to get me to believe Jey Uso should be world champion. Can they do it?
They would have to have a Jey turn heel move.
Ah.
A Jey turn heel move.
So, do you think Jey Uso turns heel at WrestleMania? Could we potentially get a double turn between Jey and Gunther? Could Jey Uso align himself with The Rock? Because Jey came out with Travis Scott on January 6th Raw, Netflix Day. Then Travis Scott was involved in the John Cena heel turn.
It'd be great. I'll just say this. Crazy idea. What if at WrestleMania they bring back the Twin Magic just for one night only?
Jimmy and Jey?
Yeah, Jimmy Jey. So let's just say Jimmy cuts his hair down to Jay's length, had the same entire outfit on, and then Gunther does his move, chokes him out, and then boom. Jay comes out the ring like, I'm Jay. That's Jimmy. They do the highs with the rule and restart the match.
The crowd would be so pissed.
Be pissed.
They'd be so mad, bro. They'd be so mad.
They'd be mad, but you got to think about it. That'd be the start of Jay heel turn. And that could also be the potential start of the brothers getting back together. And then Jimmy go for the U.S. Tag Team Championship.
That's not a real title, Joe. Not a real title.
So I said that could probably be a good idea. This brother help him out. Sacrifice, as he did 2 weeks ago, last week. Sacrifice at Mania. Twin Magic.
Man, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I want to believe they're going to do the smart thing and let the idea that people don't think Jay should be the champ go over until they're rallied behind him again. Because them not letting him main event Mania kind of fed into the fans thinking he couldn't main event Mania. And I think that has hurt him. I think they should have left him as the main event. I think it would have been better for him to remain in the main event.
Yeah, that would have been better, but you got to remember last year, who was it? The Raw Championship wasn't the main event neither. It was Roman and Seth. Seth and Cody versus Roman and The Rock. That was Saturday night's main event, leading into Sunday.
And I complained about that then too.
Mm-hmm. And I don't remember what the Raw Championship match was, to tell you the truth. Oh, no, never mind. It happened Saturday, happened Sunday. It was Seth and Drew.
Seth and Drew.
Yeah.
And then we had
the cash in.
Cash in happened. Man, how was that already a year ago?
Crazy. It's a year ago.
It doesn't feel like a year ago somehow. Does it feel like a year ago to you?
Not really. Not really. Don't feel like a year ago. It just feel. But they say it was a year, going on year. A lot of things happen within the year so fast that you just forget. Like, hey, I forgot that it was Sunday night that happened early in the day with the Raw Championship match, and that's when Seth came out later on in the night in the Shield.
Were you more excited for Mania last year than you are for this year?
I am. Yeah, yep. Because I'll say this. Even though it was Roman versus Cody, Cody won the Rumble, but they made it so believable. They put a lot of things into them too, and especially at the conference where he slapped the Rock. That was good. And then talking about how his family tree and everything. That's when the whole thing started. Yeah, that was good. And all the matches they had last year made a bit more sense than this year.
So I don't think like there's just some weird stuff they've done. They added Rhea Ripley to the women's world title match.
Mm-hmm.
So is Rhea Ripley to Triple H what Roman Reigns was to Vince
Mm. I would say no, because she would have held that belt longer than what she did. But
McMahon? But
I
they're
would
just
say
they're forcing her into like these situations, and it doesn't seem like anybody really wants her there. Like
I would just say they're trying to make Rhea Ripley the Charlotte of Raw. How she got the belt. She's the only champion on that show that can hold the belt.
does anybody want that?
Nobody doesn't want that. No. Well, some of the girls who are fans of Rhea would want that, yeah. But Rhea is like I don't know, say the baby face on Raw for females, and all the rest of them are just majority of them are heels, and Rhea is the only baby face as of right now, besides Io Sky.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why I just say I think that's what's going on. They're trying to get their Charlotte on Raw, and Rhea's the only person, since you don't know if Becky ever coming back. Don't know which show Alexa Bliss gonna be on. Supposedly it's SmackDown, but you just don't know. They could change their mind. And right now, Bayley is just like she's there in the little shuffle, but hey, she's going for the tag team gold again. So I wouldn't worry about having a singles run just yet.
Yeah. Um, if we look ahead past WrestleMania, do you feel like there's going to be anything that happens at Mania that's going to create a level of excitement? Do you think they're going to give John Cena the world title, and will that create a buzz? Or are they going to give him the world title and he's just not going to be there anyway?
with my gut feeling saying I'll still believe what I think I believe when I said that he'll get the title around SummerSlam. I think that's my gut feeling saying. I think they're going to let Cody go over on Cena.
Really? You still thinking that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know.
Because
they gotta let him win at Mania, man. Because then the summer can be the chase for whoever's going to chase him, which should be everybody, I guess.
But I just think that's what's going to happen. I really think that because you got to think about Cena's scheduling if he's actually going to be full time, like you said he was.
That's what he said.
35 shows. So I would say it'd be better if he wins that SummerSlam. And give all the little kiddos something to cheer about. That Cena didn't win. Boo. That's just me. I could be wrong, y'all. But if Cena wins at WrestleMania, hey, what a way to go out. 17, biggest night, fireworks. You surpassed Ric Flair. This is your 6th main event at WrestleMania. So, hey, go out with a bang.
I think that I think it would be the way to go. He wins at his last Mania, gets rid of Flair. I mean, they're having Roman get rid of Hogan for main events. Cena gets rid of Flair for world titles. I think it might be the way to go.
Yeah, but then will Cena run down to the ring is the question. Or would he just walk down there all slow? That'd be
slow. I think they might recreate his gangster thing that they did in Chicago, but do it Vegas style.
Mm.
I think it'd be a good way to go. Because that's probably one of his most memorable entrances.
Now the Mustang be better. Yeah, riding down the street.
They got to go with something that's like feels very. I'm a superstar. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Hey, they could do the Rocky. He just flies in on a helicopter, lands on the roof top.
Yeah.
Like an actual helicopter, land on the rooftop, and then coming down somehow. I don't know how they do it. Be fast, but it probably won't be fast. But that'd be cool if they actually did that.
Yeah. That'd be something cool. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna. I feel like it's Cena's last one. It's got to be so super memorable that we can't forget it.
Parked your car right by your house. Outside.
That's the neighbor, girl.
No, it's not. It's right by the vent in the middle.
Oh.
Just go get it.
Girl, it's the neighbor. Chill.
If you don't do it, then I do it.
Kids.
She's super nosy, Joe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
She's nosy and she's super observative.
No, I'm not.
Go.
Lovely.
All right, go. Yeah, but that's how. But
that's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. But I tell you, she is. Speaking of which, when I say she's observative, I gotta tell you something. remember the other day you asked about Dynamite, right? Do I
Mm-hmm.
watch Dynamite? Tell me why last night we was talking and she notices that you're not excited about it was Friday SmackDown, and watched it Monday, and she said you wasn't excited last night about wrestling. I'm like, what you mean? She said you wasn't in the rush to watch it, but you're in the rush to watch it on the other day. I'm like, what other day? She said it's the one before Friday. You in a rush to watch it. You tell me leave you alone. I'm like,
Hey, man, Dynamite's more. AEW currently is, again, more exciting than WWE.
yeah.
I take a lot of grief for saying it, but I mean, tonight we have the fallout from Dynasty. So, you have the Bucks return. What's that going to play out like tonight? You got Swerve versus Pac tonight. You got Samoa Joe and Hook versus Claudio and Wheeler Yuta, which I feel like, and you can tell me if you think I'm wrong here, but this feels like we're going to get the Ops and Swerve versus the Death Riders with the Bucks at Anarchy in the Arena. And all that in Texas.
It could happen.
Kind of feel like that's what we're building toward.
But it'd be probably better. I would say it'd be better if it was Swerve and Heyman versus the Bucks. Because they took him out. They stopped him from getting the belt. They tell Swerve he could find somebody to tag with him, but nobody wants to be your friend anymore. You turned your back on everybody. And the only one you can turn to, the enemy is my enemy, is my friend. And
Yeah.
who else? Hangman. Hangman was kind of elite, but he's not legit elite, if you want to put it that way.
I mean, he was part of the elite.
He was.
Him and Swerve had that interaction last week where Swerve said he deserved to have his house burned down. That was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the best of friends make the best of rivals. And man, maybe bitter rivals can become a hell of a team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It'll be weird. It'll definitely be weird if that's what happens. Because I really do believe that Swerve and Hangman are this generation's Rock and Austin.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion. I don't know.
It could happen. It's possible. They have had some crazy feuds right now, but hey.
Yeah.
But we shall see where they go to. But I would say that would be it. Hangman and Swerve versus the Bucks.
That'd probably be really good. Especially if you could do it like a tag team cage match or something crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then you got the Bucks asking, why are you going on his side? You're supposed to be with us. You're supposed to be all elite. And Heyman says, all elite is dead. I'm going by myself.
Something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that Mox has passed Swerve,
Mm-hmm.
you have the winner of the Owen is going to face Mox. But that's in July.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do with Mox for the rest of April, May, and June? Is he going to have a title defense? Like, none of us had Mox holding on to this title until July. Just going to throw that out there. None of us had it. So, like, none of us were right in our prediction for Mox losing this belt.
Yeah. I'll say this. I say tonight, Mox come on the show saying that he took out Swerve. He's out of the league. He took out everybody. There's nobody here. And my only next title fence is coming after the Owen Hart tournament. I'm leaving. I'm taking a break. Trio championships. The Death Riders, they can hang without me for the time being.
And that'd be interesting if he, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'd be necessarily against it.
I'll just say because rumor report was saying that he is going to be taking some time off, and since he got till July, hey, why not announce it tonight? Go out, do what you got to do, get some rest, chill, relax. I'll say come back in May. Or end of May, come June, just take some time off, relax. Because even though he hadn't been the greatest champion, but Spike did a number on him. Spike did a number on his back, so he deserved to take some time off because of that now.
Yeah, I would say so.
And they even said you can still see the marks on him from Spike to this day.
There was still a heck of a bump. There was a heck of a bump to take.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he should have taken it or not.
Yeah, but I think I know where it went wrong.
Where?
I watched it again just to see if something went wrong. But if you go back and look at it, it looked like the top layer was supposed to easily come off. But you look at their Wheeler and the rest reaction, the top part got really stuck in there. That's why they're looking shocked.
I kind of think they didn't think it was going to puncture his skin.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, those nails look weird. They look like they may have been gimmicked. Like they were, like, blunted off or something, and they didn't think it was going to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, so I would say if you look at Spike again, how he got the outer limit, it looked like the pointy one was like in the little Z area, so certain ones can hit a certain spot and be easy to pull out. But I guess I'm just saying my opinion. He landed a little bit too hard. It was supposed to be the lower back easy to pull out, and bam! But instead, it got him down the middle.
Yeah, it was a nasty bump, no doubt about it. Joe, in wrestling right now, man, what are you excited about?
I'm excited about one thing. I'm just fingers crossed. This is a good suggestion. If anybody listening to me, I think Booker T and Swerve should go at it, but at Reality of Wrestling.
So, I mean, I didn't watch NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I seen the clip. I know what Swerve said after.
Yeah.
After Dynasty, and I seen that Booker responded with his response. I guess in a way I kind of agree with him that maybe Swerve shouldn't have mentioned Booker at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But then you turn around to NXT and you got the F Swerve chance.
The crowd's on Booker's side. Yep.
Well, they were. Except here's one problem. Much like the chance of Tony fumbled in NXT for guys who were never going to be the main event in AEW, so I don't know why fans think that. You then had F Swerve Strickland chance in NXT. So Swerve's over in two companies right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, As much as Booker may say, "Oh, well, Swerve probably should have mentioned his name at the end of the show," there's some truth to that. But then turn around, Swerve's name got chanted at NXT. People can argue, "Oh, it was us." These are wrestling fans. They were just chiming in to be part of the show, but they were chanting for a guy who's in the other company. And if anyone fumbled, Triple H fumbled Swerve Strickland.
It wasn't Triple H. It was Vinnie Mac.
Yes, it was Vince technically, yeah.
It was Swerve. Triple H wanted Swerve to stay on NXT, but Vinnie Mac wanted Hit Row to come up. But Hit Row wasn't ready. So that was all Vinnie Mac. And Vinnie Mac couldn't figure out what to do with Hit Row.
And allegedly a big issue was AJ Francis having I don't even know what you want to call it, having an issue with trying to find out information about somebody else's travel and then acting like an asshole about it.
About be fast travel while she wasn't there. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why any of that is important at all, to be honest, but apparently that's had something to do with it. I'm really interested in the Owen tournament. My gut tells me Will Ospreay wins it, right? Will Ospreay said he's going after the title at All In Texas. But man, that seems really obvious, doesn't it? Like, it seems obvious to have Will Ospreay win it. It seems obvious for the final to be Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher.
I'll say this. My money would still be on Jey, but the hand had to do it. If his hand wasn't hurt, I say he would have still went on and won that tournament. So now, now they got to come up with a new scenario. So, and it all depends on who the wild card is that could either stop Kyle Fletcher or Will Ospreay. But I'll say this: it's definitely probably gonna be between Kyle and Ospreay.
I think so. I do think so. What if Kyle Fletcher wins?
Hey.
What if Kyle Fletcher wins the Owen and goes on to face Mox and Wembley? I mean, sorry, it's not Wembley, it's Texas. I keep thinking All Ends in Wembley.
That means one thing.
What's it mean?
That means you have to hear your boy Don Callis talk about it the whole entire time and grind your gears.
Yeah.
And that would mean also Kyle Fletcher, he got backup with the Don Callis family, so he wouldn't have to worry about. They got 3 other people, so he good. But if Kyle Fletcher win, I could be wrong, but wouldn't it be his first title, major title, singles title? I could be wrong.
I think so. I do think so.
So, and think about it. He could be crowned the youngest world champion AEW.
Yes. Yes, he could be.
And that just like your boy Randy Orton, he was the youngest champion. He beat. It was Brock Lesnar, but Randy Orton, he kind of beat him.
Yeah.
So there be your theory, all coming into one play, right there.
Do you think it happens?
I think it happens.
Really?
I think I'll say this. I think AEW wants to be different than everybody else and every other competition. So you gotta go with the goal and just start from scratch and be like, y'all wouldn't have never thought that Kyle Fletcher be the one to take the belt off him. Y'all would have thought he would hold the belt long just like Roman Reigns, but nope. They gave it up to somebody. And I would say Kyle Fletcher be perfect. And then that could later on start to feud again around with the whole Ospreay at Wembley, if they go to Wembley again. And also, I would say, you got to look at it like this. People want to look at a brighter future. You got to start from scratch. And Kyle Fletcher, he's young. He's in that little, still in the early 20s, late 20s.
I think he's like mid early 20s.
Yeah. So, hey, you want to start your company up right. You got to stop thinking about all the top stars. Start thinking about the future. And that's where you want to start at. You want to start with the future of the business. And the future will be having Kyle Fletcher get that belt, defend it, beat everybody from Ospreay, MJF, and it's go on. Because you got to realize, I know there's a lot of old people, not saying names, that still want the gold, but we got to face it. 20 years in the game, it's time to just say, hey, Biden needs to take a break, let the younger crowd get where they need to go. And that's where we got to start with. Kyle Fletcher. Got to start with the youngs. And let all the younger people start going for the goal. Not trying to say anything bad about the old generation, but it's time we got to let go.
I agree. We got to move on. I agree with that for sure. Yeah, man, I think AEW is like just kind of more interesting at the moment. I feel like anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely feel like there could be anything going on. Man, they could have Mox defend that shit on a random Dynamite and have somebody beat him.
It would have been bad if Christian had the what you call it?
Contract, whatever.
Yeah. It would have been bad if Christian had it, but he ain't got it no more. So, hey.
And we're going to get Omega and Okada. We're going to get that.
You don't get that, but I don't know when. I'll say this. If they really did it right, did it perfect, they would do it Saturday, April 18th, 19th, April 19th, Saturday, April 19th.
Oh, that episode of Collision?
Collision. That's where you can have Will Ospreay versus Okada for double belts. For the belts. And you can do it right there in NXT slot. And NXT gonna
Dude, that'd be good.
And NXT gonna start at 10 a.m. just so y'all know. Saturday.
Do you think that do you think we get an outright winner between Omega and Okada? Or do you think we're going to do a draw in AEW and have them go through a series through the summer?
I think they're gonna do the 7-7.
Oof.
Yeah, 7. That'd be great. Instead of just having 3 matches, do 7. 3-3. That last 7 round, it's the all or nothing. That'd be great.
That would be crazy.
But they should do that. They ain't did that in a while. I don't think AEW did that.
I don't think so either.
That would be the perfect spot to do it. You have everybody tuned in, whatever show they on. If they did on a Saturday, especially on a Saturday night, that'd be a good spot to do it.
Could you imagine if they had the Omega Okada series just happen on Collision through the summer?
Hey,
Every Saturday we get Omega and Okada.
that'd be great.
Dude.
I'm just saying because Saturday night, you gotta have a reason to tune in Saturday night, and I'll say this: if they did 1 hour, they did a 1 hour match out of one Saturday, just a 1 hour match, and have be the first hour. Bet you everybody would tune in that day.
Do you think everybody comes back?
I think everybody will still watch it, but I'll just say that'd be the number one Saturday. Everybody tuned in because, like I said, Saturday's kind of a rough spot for it, but people still tune in to watch it. Like me, for instance, I always miss like 20 minutes of it because I Saturday 8 o'clock. I miss 20 minutes of it. So.
Joe, give me your crazy prediction for Dynamite tonight. What do you got? What are you predicting? Ooh, wait, before you give your prediction, how's the tournament looking?
I should just start it right now, but I need Brian Breaker and Jacob Fatu, somebody to win and going for the bracket be filled. That's just it. But right now, it is Jay waiting on the winner of Jacob and Brian Breaker. Gunther versus Carmelo. Ricochet versus Kyle Fletcher. And Hangman versus Will Ospreay.
Not a bad bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad bracket.
All right. So, crazy prediction for tonight.
Shane McMahon is going to show up.
Shane McMahon. Nah. We going to get I'll say they're going to announce that the Bucks will announce next week on why they attack Swerve.
Oh, you don't think they're going to start? I think that starts off the show.
Nah.
You think they're going to lead us on?
They're going to lead us on.
That sucks.
I think, tonight, like normal, opening match will be Swerve versus Pac. And then you're going to have Titantron. The Bucks talk about what they did, but not always. But they say, we'll explain everything to you next week in your face. There you go.
And maybe I have no crazy predictions for Dynamite because I don't even know where they go with the Bucks.
I don't know.
Don't know where they go with it. They got to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know where. Like they all Sunday. I pieced everything together of how it's been the Bucks the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's really the case though. It seems like it could be. Where do you go with the Bucks situation? Does Jack Perry come back?
Damn, Jack. I don't know.
Are they going to realign with Okada opposite Kenny? Because they did attack Kenny.
Nah, I said, I think this is probably gonna happen. You're gonna get Okada and Omega face to face. I'll say
Just get
Omega
the slap
calls.
happy hippie.
Yeah, I'll say Okada.
Lost your audio, Joe.
Oh, okay, there we go. It said something about some hand gesture popped up. So I'm like, oh. Okay. But yeah, I would say Omega is going to call out Okada. That's when they're going to start the whole belt thing. I'll definitely say Mox tells everybody he's leaving tonight. Peace out. See y'all soon. I ain't got nobody to face right now, so peace out. And plus, today there was an 8-year anniversary, so he definitely ain't going to be there.
Makes sense.
And lastly, there we go. Lastly, MJF.
Yeah. How do you think that's going to go?
I think Lashley gonna suck her in and just say, "I'm only doing this for MVP," but I still don't trust you. That's how I see it.
Makes sense. I hope they let a good run happen. I hope they let MJF be part of the Hurt Syndicate for a while. So that way, whenever that heel turn comes, it'll feel like it means something. If we do it in 2 months, like big deal.
I say, what's the next one? Double or
He
nothing?
should cost Bobby Lashley a world title.
Nah, I think he's gonna cost him the tag team title. That's where it starts at. He's gonna hit the ring, press his ring, and accidentally hit Bobby in the face with it. Nah, Shelton.
Do you think any of those guys become world champion in AEW? Lashley, Shelton. Do you think MJF ever gets that title again?
I'll be happy if Shelton get a title. Shelton deserves a world title shot. He deserved that belt. But I'll say MJF eventually will get it, but right now, probably not. Bobby Lashley, he'll get it. He ain't in a rush to get it. He been champion everywhere he been, so he'll get it. But I really think it should be Shelton, because Shelton don't get enough credit.
Yeah. I'd like to see Shelton get it. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, everyone, thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. If you're checking us out on YouTube or Spotify, that means I didn't lose the recording and I uploaded it to YouTube and Spotify. So just so you guys know, that doesn't always happen. So you should follow us on Instagram and make sure you get notified when we go live, because I mess shit up constantly and then lose the episode. And if you weren't here live, it's like it never happened.
That is funny.
I guess. But I hope everyone enjoys Dynamite tonight. We'll be back later on in the week, over the weekend. We'll share many updates. Plenty of stuff to come. Make sure you guys check out all of our sponsors. They are tagged in the original post for this. They'll be tagged over this upload. Make sure you check out Real Combat Wrestling. For events information will be coming up. They sharing some of their champions. Original Gunplug Garage. All kinds of people. All kinds of everyone makes this thing happen. They're linked somewhere. You'll see them. All right. We're out.